Now let's look at distance. So distance is not finding a actual location. Distance is about finding the distance, the length, the magnitude between 2 points. And so the distance formula, which is given on the EOC as of 2024, the distance formula is d for distance is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Now what's very, very important, the two values, x2 and y2, those always come first, and they are always being subtracted with the x1 and y1 values. Subtraction, it goes inside the parentheses. A plus sign goes in the middle, adding those two values together. So we take that and apply the numbers that were given in this question. What we have is d is equal to the square root of x2, so negative 13, minus x1, 5, squared, plus y2, which is 0, minus y1, which is 3, squared. Now, we're going to do this by hand, but you can take that in blue and just type it straight in a calculator and let it output a number for you, because for geometry in 2024's curriculum, geometry is okay to deal with decimals. So we're going to simplify it by hand, but it is okay if you just put it in the calculator and let it output a decimal. So d is equal to negative 13 minus 5 is negative 18 squared, plus 0 minus 3 is negative 3 squared. Notice that I'm keeping the parentheses around it. Never, ever, ever, ever drop the parentheses until you've actually done the squaring. So negative 18, when you go to square it, is 324. And because I kept the parentheses, it is positive, because squaring something, even if it's negative, always results in positive. Plus, negative 3 squared is 9. So distance is equal to the square root of 324 plus 9, which is 333. So then my distance, and it says rounded to the hundredths place. My distance is 18 point, and I'm going to write out the whole decimal, 18.248288759. Well, what is that to the hundredths place? Think about how many zeros are in 100. There's 2 of them. So the hundredths place is the second decimal place. So right here, that's where you want to stop. Well, what follows after it? It's an 8. Is it 5 or higher? Yes, it is. That means we're going to round up that 4. So my actual answer is that my distance is 18.25. That's the answer I'm looking for. So for this question, we have HG is the line segment that we're looking at, and its midpoint is at 4,2, and we're given H. And we want to know what is the closest measurement of HG. The way the question is being asked, what is the measurement of HG, means we want to know what is the distance, what is the length, what is the magnitude of the segment HG. We're not trying to find what is the point of G. We're trying to find what is the length from H to G. This is a distance question. Now there's 2 ways to solve this question. One, you could go back like we did in a couple problems, and you could go from H to the midpoint, find that change, do it again to get the point of G, and then from there do the distance formula. The other way to solve this problem, and the way that I'm going to present it here, is if you know, I'm going to draw this out. If you know the distance to get from H to your midpoint, that is half the distance. So from there, if you double it, whatever it is, if you double it, that gives you the entire distance for the line. So I'm going to open up my calculator and show you how you can do this in the calculator. So H is the point I'm given is equal to 6, 8. And G, or not G, and M, my midpoint, is equal to 4, 2. And I want to find what is the distance, if I can spell it, what is the distance from my given point H to my midpoint. Well, it's 6.324, whatever. So let's say that is D. Put D equals that. So if I go down to my next line and I do 2d, it's going to take that distance, my earlier one because I called it d. 2d is going to double it, so 12.649. Again, we are going to the tens place in this question, so 12.64. 4 is not 5 or higher, so I'm going to leave it as 12.6. And so to reiterate that, this was 6.3. That's the distance to my midpoint. So by doubling that distance, I get the total of 12.6. Now, perimeter, if you don't remember, perimeter is looking for the distance around an object. And so if we're looking for that distance around an object, and we're looking at a triangle, which we have its coordinates, then this is where the distance formula comes back into play. So in theory, what we would do is we would look at each of the three sides and we do the distance formula. So for example, we'd look at this top side, and we would do 10 minus negative 9 squared plus 9 minus 0 squared. And then we go to the other side, and the same thing. We'd get 10 minus negative 2 squared plus 9 minus negative 7. And we do it on the last side. So negative 2 minus negative 9 squared plus negative 7 minus 0 squared. And so we'd get those 3 points, which would be very ugly decimals. We would add them all together, and we would round it to the hundredths place. Now, because we've already seen the distance formula being used in the last problem, we're going to shortcut it just a little bit and use the actual Desmos calculator. SQRT for square root, or use the actual button that's down below, and then I can type all this in. So 10 minus negative 9 squared, and then plus 9 minus 0 squared, and it's going to give me that coordinate as well. For the sake of showing some shortcuts that again can be used on the EOC, something we can do, going back to what was seen in a previous video, is we could assign, let's say my coordinate A is negative 9, 0. My coordinate B, I'm going to call it negative 2, negative 7. And my coordinate C, I'm going to call it 10, 9. And so from there, I'm going to say lowercase now, A equals, and then the word distance, A, comma B, my two coordinates that I listed, lowercase b, because I'm just picking these letters out. They don't matter what letters they are. B is distance of now B, comma C. And then lastly, lowercase c is equal to distance of C, and then bringing it back home to A. And so now I have these three numbers all backlogged. They're all in here. So again, to recap that, capital A listed a coordinate, capital B listed a coordinate, capital C listed a coordinate. Lowercase a, the distance from capital A to capital B. Lowercase b is the distance from capital B, capital C. And lowercase c is the distance from capital C to capital A. So A plus B plus C takes those distances and adds them together for me. And we're going to the hundredths place, so 50.92, because the hundredths place is the second spot. So that's a real quick way to answer a question like this using these strategies that are allowed on the EOC. So partitioning a directed line segment is what this question is asking for. And so there's a particular formula that we have for partitioning line segments. And that formula is x1 plus r1 over r1 plus r2 times x2 minus x1. And the same thing, but with y's. So y1 plus r1 over r1 plus r2, y2 minus y1. So we take our coordinates and we just plug them into these formulas. So for the x value, x1 is negative 2, plus r1 is 2, this guy right here, over r1 plus r2, so 6, and then 15 minus negative 2. And then we, as that is exactly, we type it into the calculator, whether Desmos or TI. And if you're using a TI, you need to make sure that you put this 2 over 6 in a parenthesis. And so when we do that, we get x is equal to, now your calculator will say 3.66666 all the way down until it says 7. We're going to the hundredths place. So 3.67 is what you would round that to. If you're looking at y, it's y equals, and then y1, so negative 19, plus, and then that same ratio, so 2 over 6, and then times 3 minus negative 19. And we take that, and again, we type it into the calculator. And what we get is y equals negative 11.67. So my coordinate here is 3.67, comma, negative 11.67. 2 to 4 is less than halfway. It's 2/6 of the way, as you can see with the fraction over there, so 1/3. So my point should be in between the two coordinates I'm given, but not exactly halfway in the middle. It should only be up a little bit from that first position, which this one is.